I think I've got everything prepared for lifting the engine out of the car with the transmission. I have to take off the valve cover to put the lifting strap on there. But other than that, it's ready to go. The biggest pain is removing this front fascia. It's a tedious, fiddly job. But I don't know. There's a lot of things that are tedious when you've done this 2 or 3 times. But I think in the next day or two, the engine will be out here sitting on the ground in front of the car. This is how the factory manual says to lift the engine using an engine hoist. I was a little insecure about pulling up on these rocker arm pylons, but it turned out that it worked quite well. This tilting device came with another car that I bought, and it's not very sophisticated, but it worked. When I got the old transmission out, I found that one of the locating springs for the thrust plate had broken and was in pieces in the bottom of the bell housing. The clutch worked okay, but it throbbed, especially when fully depressed. And as you can see, it was doing a number on the bearing surface, where the throw-out bearing pushes. So it's safe to say that I was on borrowed time. Doing a quick trial fit of the pilot bushing adapter that was sent with the kit, it's obvious that it's too large to fit in the hole in the middle of the flywheel. I got on the phone with bugeyguys.com and they agreed to send me the correct size unit. What I didn't realize is that the correct size adapter was in the center of the new throwout bearing that came with the kit and was wrapped up securely in bubble wrap. I felt kind of stupid. Well, Bug-Eye Guys sent me the correct pilot bushing adapter, an 1 3/4 one. Turns out there are 3 different sizes. And they said that I can return this original one they sent me for credit, because it's like $60 for this piece. So I would like to be able to get some credit for that. The old rear crossmember and transmission mounts come out to be replaced with units provided with the kit. The next thing I have to do is modify the transmission crossmember. This is the crossmember that they sent with the kit, and this is the original crossmember, and you have to modify this crossmember to accept the clutch master cylinder. And as you can see, I've made some efforts at copying their template on here so I can work with it without much luck. But then what I'm going to do is, after I get this thing properly cut up to mount the master cylinder, I'm going to cut the ends off of it and sandwich it in there on each side of the new transmission mount. I've finished making the modifications to the original Morris Minor crossmember to accept the installation of the master cylinder for the hydraulic clutch. Now the next step is to hack this off right across here and do the same on the other side. The advantage of this, one of the advantages of this, that I get to keep these captive nuts for the transmission tunnel cover, which was not accommodated by the new Crossmember for the 5-speed transmission. Here's my two pieces sitting roughly like they're gonna sit on this Crossmember. And the clutch master will go right here. Prepping the bell housing for installation on the transmission. One of the things you have to do is mount the old starter snout here, and they tell you to use a metric bit and self-tapping screws. Well, what I found out, we don't do metric for starters. It's really hard to find metric drill bits. And so, and the next thing I found is I couldn't find anybody with self-tapping screws. But what I did was, as you can see, I've got myself a 13/64 drill bit, and I'm tapping it to 1/4 20, which should be perfectly fine. Probably the most exciting part of the project is modifying the existing flywheel to accept the new clutch cover that comes with the kit. The original clutch cover had 2 locating pins in the flywheel, and the new clutch cover requires 3 that are spaced at 120 degrees. They provide you with a really nice template made out of solid steel to tell you where to drill the new holes. And then you cut off the pin that's no longer required on the existing flywheel. And it all worked out very well. This picture shows the new clutch cover in place on the 3 pins. I was worried about my master cylinder bracket that I made out of the old Crossmember flexing under repeated pressure back and forth, so I decided to go ahead and put this reinforcement on it to try and make it a little bit stiffer. Just one less thing to worry about. I finished my resealing task on the oil pan using the rubber end seals, and now I've got the flywheel sitting in place. Don't forget when you're installing it that you need to put the engine at top dead center and this 1-4 mark up. Those teeth really look horrible, don't they? Funny, it works fine. Here's the rear Crossmember with my fabricated pieces from the old original Crossmember wired in place so I can hold it up in there and get the bolts in, I hope. Should be fairly easy. And as you can see, I've retained those top captive screws for the transmission hump cover. Also here I've got the clutch in place, all lined up, ready to go. Got the bell got the bell housing on the transmission. I just need a couple little pieces from England for the clutch fork, and then I'm ready to go. Well, it's back in there. It was a definite shoehorn situation. Would have been a lot easier with 2 people doing it, but I just took a little longer It would have been a lot easier if it wasn't about 85 degrees and 85% humidity too. But the transmission's all lined up on the rear cross member. I'm very excited. The transmission cover provided with the kit is a very solid, well-made piece. You have to drill all the holes to mount it and cut out the apertures necessary to make it fit properly. Here it is, about 90% put together. I haven't gotten the front bumper back on yet, or all the hardware in this front fascia. But it's running, and it runs very well. And I'm learning a lot about the transmission, and I have some opinions about whether it's a good idea or not that I'll discuss probably in a driving video that I'll do after this one. This is what it looks like in the cockpit. As you can see, the shift lever is considerably farther back than it is in a standard minor, which is not a plus to my way of thinking, but it's okay. I have a new steering wheel coming from ESM in the next few days, I hope, because this one is, I guess some people would repair this, but I'm not all that attached to this steering wheel anyway. But there you have it. That's what it looks like put together. I've got the control panel for the fuel injection is up here above the windshield, along with a rear view mirror.